if I was a new and beginning entrepreneur starting out with absolutely zero skills, zero experience, $0 in my bank account, I'm gonna give you a step-by-step plan on exactly what I would do if I were in your shoes, if I had to start again and rebuild everything that I've built to this current state in which I'm at. And if you don't know, you can go watch some YouTube videos. I've documented my entire life for the past 8 years, from being a depressed and broke university student working a 9 to 5 I hated, to making over hundreds of thousands of dollars online and coaching over 700 plus entrepreneurs to help them do the same. So here's the first thing I would do is if you truly, we're gonna set the scene. You have no skills. Okay, you haven't, let's say, learned any valuable skills, at least not to the business marketplace. You have no skills, you have no experience, you've never worked for another business, you've never started another business, you have nothing, you have no money in your bank account. The very, very, very first thing that I would do is I would go and get a job, which is very weird to say, especially considering I sell something, right? You can buy something from, well, you can't actually have to apply, but whole different story. It's weird to say that because a lot of people tell you, oh no, you got to do this and do that. My first advice would be to get a job. And this is because I'm going to give you honest advice. I'm not going to say you're bullshit and say the first thing you need to do is get a job. Why? If your basic needs are not met, if you cannot eat, sleep, and live comfortably, you have no right to becoming an entrepreneur, especially because entrepreneurship is very, very, very risky and very uncertain. And therefore, you want to have a base layer that you can take care of yourself so you can take on more risk. Because if you're relying on entrepreneurship to pay your bills, you will not take as much risk because you'll be scared that things might go wrong. And so therefore, you can't actually operate out of a place of abundance. You operate off a place of scarcity, which you don't make good decisions. So the first thing I'll tell anybody is go get a job. Go, whether it's a full-time job, a part-time job, online job, remote, in person, doesn't matter. You need to get a job. Right now, your main focus shouldn't be even trying to start a business. You need to make sure you can take care of yourself. You need to make sure you have savings in your account so you can actually later on in life, or hopefully sooner than later, we'll talk about that, actually go there and take on some risk. Go start a business. And truth be told, most businesses don't make any money, yet alone become profitable for many, many years if you do it properly. And so therefore, you want to make sure you have that, safety net. Not even safety net. I don't believe in, second, plan B, but you need to make sure you can still live while you're starting the business. The worst thing to do is try and start a business in hopes you're just making money, because then you don't actually run the business the right way and you run into a lot of issues. And that's why a lot of people crash and burn and they restart businesses all the time. And we don't want that to happen. We want to build a successful business that will build us generational wealth for years to come. So the first step is go get a job, right? This can be online, it can be remote, it can be whatever the case is. The goal would be to get some sort of remote sales marketing kind of job. So you can start to learn and acquire more skills. It'll be very applicable to business, right? Sales and marketing, one of the most fundamental skills you can learn regardless of the business you run. And if you do it remote, that would give you the flexibility to work from home and then also work whatever hours you need. So you can also then acquire other skills and start to work on your business later. Okay, so that's the first thing I would do, is go and get a job, and specifically get in one of those areas. But worst case scenario, you just want to get a job. And what you want to do is with this job, you want to start to stack cash. Okay, you want to start to stack cash. And while you're getting the job, don't just sit there and waste your time and do nothing. Start to learn. Start to acquire skill sets. Right? The people that make the most money in this world are the people that have skill sets. They're not even necessarily the smartest people or the richest people. They're the people who have the skill sets. Now, that could be the skill set of whatever. It could be the skill set of investing, it could be the skill set of sales, it could be the skill set of whatever you want. Doesn't matter. But you want to acquire some sort of skill set that gives you an advantage in the marketplace. And you want to acquire a skill set in which you can become a specialist. And don't just become a generalist. You want to become a specialist of whatever skill set. And so choose whatever skill you want, but you just want to acquire as many skills, as best as you can. So don't just get a bunch of skills and be okay at them. Acquire really, really specific skills for whatever business you want to start, right? So if you want to start an agency, you need to learn how to get clients, which means you need to learn how to market, you need to learn how to do sales. Now, onboarding and management and servicing, that's important, so you can learn how to run ads. That will help you as well, but primarily focus your efforts on marketing and sales and get good at that. So in your meantime, maybe, with some of the money you have now, you can go and invest in yourself, right? The best thing to ever do is invest in yourself, in who you are. And so you can go buy courses, you can go buy communities, you can go buy mentorship, you can go buy a coach, you can go buy access to things, right? That's one of the things you'll realize, don't even understand about money, is not only does money, it can buy you information, etc. It can buy you access, it can buy you opportunities, it can literally buy you into new rooms. Money can buy your way into new rooms. And people hate talking about that because it's like, oh, it's not fair. It's like, it is fair. Everyone in this world has the ability to make money, and you all have the ability to choose where you spend your money. And so some people just choose to spend on opportunities, which is in the form of, maybe networking groups or in-person events or masterminds or inner circles, etc. Other people choose to spend that on OnlyFans girls. It's your choice, okay? So first thing I do is get a job. Second thing I do is I would start to save money to then acquire skills. I would invest in myself. Now, as soon as I've got this down, okay, you've got the job coming in, you got some money coming in, you're starting to invest in yourself, that's when I start to look in the business side of things. Okay, what kind of business do I run? Where, and once again, business is all about solving problems, it's not about making money. Making money should be a byproduct of you solving problems. And so the first thing I want to do is, where is there a problem, or where is there a skill I have that can solve a problem? Because that's how you're going to make the most money, is when you actually do something that adds value to the marketplace. A lot of people start businesses for the sake of starting a business because they want to make money, right? And they don't actually think about how their service will add value to the marketplace. And as a byproduct, their offer sucks. It's hard to sell. People give objections and they make no money because they're selling something that isn't set up to sell. What you want to do is you want to sell something that's already proven, because obviously that means people already buy it, right? So, give you an example. People pay to get their driveway shoveled, right? Pretty snowing outside, as you can tell. People will pay to get their driveways shoveled, or people will pay for warmer clothes, right? People will pay for hot water. I'm just giving random examples, but you can see people will pay for food. People start to sell what people are already paying for. And what you really want to do is you want to sell something people pay for and need to buy, if you can. Want is good because it gives you the ability for scale, but if you sell something people need to buy, it makes it even easier. Because now you don't even have to tell them why it's important. They already know why, and they can't live without it. It's like when you go to the car shop, right? And you go to bring your car in, and they tell you, oh yeah, your sparks are blown, your brakes are toast. What are you gonna say? Oh, okay, thanks, no worries, I'll just drive it home and figure it out. Like, no, you're like, well, fuck, I guess I have to fix it, right? I'm at the dentist, like, you have a cavity. You don't just go, oh, okay, cool, I'll deal with it myself. Like, no, you go, okay, fine, because you need to get it fixed. And so those, granted, there's pros and cons to having a need, because needs aren't as scalable, whereas wants are. When people desire something, they want it, they will do a lot for it, and therefore if you're good at selling, do that. So I guess a good rule of thumb is if you're bad at selling, sell a need. If you're good at selling, sell a want, okay? We digress. That's a very high level stuff that doesn't really matter. Anyways, going downward if we continue on with this. So first thing, get a job. Second, invest in yourself. And the third thing is then start a business, which what you do is, once again, you want to find a problem. When you want to find a problem, you want to find where you can add value to the marketplace, because if you can't add value, you're not going to make money. Now, how you want to split up your time here, and the way I see it, is you want to still keep your job, because the job will give you the ability to take on more risk, right? Typically in the beginning, you don't make a lot of money. You work for free, you gain experience, you acquire more skills, etc. And so you want to keep your job and just work in the off hours, right? Be a hustler, right? No one said this is going to be easy, right? No one said that you were just going to wake up tomorrow morning and make a bunch of money. That's not how it works, right? And so you want to work in the off hours, right? In the hours that you have off, in the weekends. So a lot of people don't understand that if you include all the holidays, all the weekends, and the 4 hours before and after work, you have a ton of time. People just don't utilize it correctly. Everyone in this world is given the same amount of time. Everyone's given 24 hours every single day. It's just up to you to choose how you spend it, okay? So what I would do is I guess, allocate my time to start building up my business in the off hours until my business starts to make some money. And even then, you want to still keep the job. It's really good to keep the job for two reasons. One, it will motivate you to work harder on the business because you'll hate the job, okay? Which will motivate you to actually work harder, which is awesome. And the second thing is it gives you that risk, right? It allows you to take on more risk. And as Mark Zuckerberg once said, the biggest risk of all is taking no risk. And especially in business, the person who can take the most risks usually makes the most money. The problem is risks usually take a while to pay off, which is why you want to have something that can keep you afloat for the time being, okay? So do this, right? So you can have money coming in. And then once you start to realize, like, wow, my business is really taking off, go part-time. Maybe you need to find a new job. Maybe you can ask this job, you can go part-time, etc. But you want to go part-time so you can have more of your time back now to dedicate more to the business. And then once your business income is really overtaking your side or your part-time job income, or even away in surplus, whenever you feel the time is right, is when you'd quit the job and then go all in on the business. Right? And then that's when you would go ahead and scale the business, and that's when it would become your main thing. And then, that is the process. I'm not done, but that is the process I think through if I were to truly start from zero, is that. Now, some side notes I'll throw in there is to get yourself up and running fast, instead of trying to start a brand new business, work your way into businesses that already exist. And so for a lot of people want to start a business, which is great, but one thing that's even easier is to find a business that already exists and try and plop yourself in it and see how fast you can work within the business. And so let's say there's a guy who runs a marketing agency. Hey man, let me sell for you. And then you sell. Hey man, let me manage your sales team. Boom, boom, boom. Hey man, let me manage all your acquisition. And then one or two things happen. One, you become a co-owner in the company and boom, look at that. Or two, you just acquire a fuck ton of skills and now you have a bunch of social proof and case studies you can then use from working within a company that you leverage from them that you can then use to start your own business. And so that's also another really good option. Right? Just go find other people and see if you can just work with them. And network, constantly just find new people to surround yourself with, right? Your environment is your biggest indicator of success. Like right now, if I took a look at your environment, I can predict if you'll be successful or not. Right? Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Really good saying from, I think it's Pitbull. Here's a tip, show me your future, I'll show you your friends, keep the change. Look at us go, okay. And then as for getting clients, a lot of people don't understand in the beginning you're gonna work for free. Right? And that's why I'm saying you got to get a job, because if you're starting a business for money, you're already starting off on the wrong foot, because a business shouldn't be started for money. A business should be started to solve problems. And as a byproduct of you solving problems, you make money. And that's why I said go get a job first. It's the most important thing to do so you can actually live and think properly. Because if you're thinking from a place of scarcity, you'll never make the right decisions in the first place, which is how your business will crumble. And you can't invest in yourself, which is one of the most crucial things to hijack your success is to invest in yourself and buy access to things you wouldn't earlier have access to, right? Networking groups, masterminds, etc. One of the best things you could ever spend your money on, okay? But in the beginning, you're gonna work for free, right? You're gonna work for free to get case studies, to get social proof, to get referrals, to get testimonials, etc. And so if you don't have money coming in, you can't do this, which is why you can't actually run a proper business. And so in the beginning, that's why we do this. And you can even, the thing people forget is, everybody at any given moment in time knows people. Like right now, you know people. Like granted, maybe the people you know aren't successful, but you know someone, and someone you know knows someone else. And so in the beginning, when you have an idea of a business to start, you just want to go around to everybody you already know and say, "Hey, I'm trying this thing. Do you know anyone that could benefit from it?" And just offer it to them. Right? Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel and do some crazy acquisition, just use what you have at your disposal. Play the hand you're dealt. Something people forget all the time. So let's circle back and recap this to make sure this makes sense. So if I was starting from zero, first thing I do is get a job. Second thing I do is once I have the job and I have money coming in, I'm gonna start investing in myself. Once I've invested in myself and I've acquired skills and I have an idea of what problem I want to solve, I'm then gonna go find the problem to solve and I'm gonna go solve it, and or implement and put myself into a business and work my way up, not the ranks, but essentially use that to hijack success. Because a lot of people of course you want autonomy, but no matter if you work for someone else in the beginning or yourself, you're going to be working 18 hours a day with nothing to show for it regardless. So why not just work with someone who already has a proper business where you can go in. Actually, this was something I did. For this company, we scaled to like $60K a month, give or take. I joined in the company. I wasn't a founder of the company, but I joined in really early, near the beginning, and I ended up helping them scale to past, I think, $60K a month. And as a byproduct of me doing that, not only did I acquire skills, not only did I make money, but I also then got a lot of social proof and a lot of, conviction and accreditation for the things I did. Right? Even though I wasn't the owner of the company, I was the one that ran it. And so that gives you a lot of stuff that you can take into your own business. Right? And you can use all that stuff and leverage all of those case studies, those examples, etc. in the future. It's something no one talks about, right? But that's, again, if we talk about this stuff, a lot of people, if they share this with you, their courses don't mean anything because their course is about you starting a business, not actually caring about how you should make money, right? Which is why, yes, of course, I have a mastermind networking group you can apply for, but I don't give a fuck if you do or not because I don't need your money. Because once again, I adopt my own mindset of this abundance thinking. I don't give a fuck. Okay, that's not my biggest thing. I'm trying to solve problems. I know as a byproduct of me solving problems, everything else will fall into place. And it should be the same for you, right? Which is why I'm going to give you real advice that will actually help you. Which is why it's counterintuitive to say, hey, go get a job. But it's not, because I think that's the best advice I give anybody starting out from zero is go get a job. It's the best thing you could do. It's something I'm actually very thankful for, because not only did it give me money, right? It gave me money to invest in myself, to join a mastermind, to invest in tools and software for my businesses, etc. It also allowed me to build me some connections, some skills as well. But more than anything, it gave me the motivation to work hard on my business because I hated it so damn much. And that was one of the most powerful things, is the motivation it gives you. Because you go, wow, I never want to go back to that. And that's what people forget, is you can use it as motivation. And you get paid in the process. So it's not actually that bad, right? Obviously, you got to skip the matrix. Oops, my leg just died. You want to skip the matrix, you don't want to be there forever. But in the beginning, this isn't an end all be all. This isn't something we're doing permanently. It's just a temporary thing, okay? So that is exactly what I would do if I had to start it from zero. Like literally from absolute zero and make 10K a month. I would say as fast as possible. That would just be such a lot, because once again, this may take a little bit longer than fast as possible. But I would say how to make 10K a month ethically and properly as fast as possible. That's a more fitting title for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. I have a free Discord. If you want to chat with me every single Monday, I host free calls. I also have every single script, resource, PDF, etc. You can get access to all that stuff, everything I've ever made for free in the Discord. And then, like I said, obviously, if you do want to apply to join my in-person mastermind, where we mastermind and we'll hop on calls every single day and go on retreats together and go buy cool villas and go travel the world and mastermind in person. If that's something you want to be part of, you can apply. I think that's the second link down below. You can go check it out and see if that's something you'd want to do. Okay. Other than that, hope this helps. If you have any questions, comment them. I'm proud of everyone, or join the Discord. You can ask that way. But for now, I'm gonna get back to work. Peace.